Christophe Boelinger here at almost last minute of your visit here in Essen, so we actually got really lucky. How have you been doing here in Essen?
Really busy, really busy. Like my back hurts because we're running everywhere, appointments, and there's so many people today in the fair that you really have to. If you're in a hurry between a rendezvous and another one, you really have to, like slalom between the people. It's killing.
But you didn't have your own booth here this year, right?
No, I'm sharing with Asmodee because I'm still a game designer, of course, but I'm also a publisher. Ludically is my company, half of my company, because I'm with a partner. As a matter of fact, it's like one of the only company except not William Wallace, but Martin Wallace. We had his Tree Frog company, meaning that I'm one of the only one being full-time designer in a publishing company, kind of, with a few others. So that's why we have no real booth, because Asmodee is demoing our games on the Asmodee's booth, and they're everywhere.
But does it mean that you won't have any Ludically booth in future? It's always going to be with Asmodee?
As long as we are distributed and work with Asmodee, probably. And you might be surprised the years to come. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but what the... they asked us if we were wondering to be all together, and we might get even bigger and bigger in the years to come, gathering all the French, those publishers you see on this big sign there, the galaxy of Asmodee. So one day they might not be a Ludonaut or whatever, they might be just one big Asmodee and all the French publishers together. I think that's the goal.
Great, I think I told your company wrong in between, so sorry. Yeah, okay. When I plan to make an interview, I try to Google a bit about the designer, about the person I want to make interview with. To my surprise, I didn't find much information about you. No many interviews at all, at least in English. Sorry, I don't speak French. So can you tell a few words about yourself?
I started very, very young. I designed my first game when I was like 8 years old. So that's like 40 years ago. And I just did that as a hobby for my friends, my players, my family, whatever. No intention of becoming a game designer one day, no dream of. And at one point, I had a gaming club in Nice. I'm living on the French Riviera, close to between Cannes and Monaco. So it's quite a nice place, one of the favorite places in France. And I had a gaming club there in Nice. That was the biggest gaming club we ever had in the department, in the area. And at that time, I was like 21, 22 or something like that. And I was bringing my prototypes to play with my friends at the club. But the club became so big that we had the best year. We had 120 people coming, registered in the club. And they kept telling me, like, hey, you should do something with your game. They're really good. We like to play your games as much as all the other ones we have. And I was like, oh, come on. And because they keep repeating me that, I entered a contest that is in Paris. That's called the Concours des Créateurs, the game designer contest of Boulogne-Billancourt. It's international, and it's the biggest one in the world, I think. And they're very serious. And when I entered this contest in 98 or 97, I won the first year, just with one game. And then this year after, I sent 4 games. I'm like, okay, apparently I'm good, as they were saying. And I was in final in a certain branch of competition with myself, because I had 2 games in final competing for each other. And one of those 2 games got signed, and as this year I sent 4 games, 3 of the 4 got published in the year that followed. And my objective at the beginning, in France at that time, we had Jeux des Cartes, Asmodee, that was small at that time, and Tilsit. The 3 of them were quite the same size, and they were the 3 major publishers. There was not so many publishers as today. And my objective the first year was to sign with each one of them, so I would show that I'm not exclusive to one. And that's what I did in 1 year with Dog's Life and Chat Perché with Asmodee, Dog's Life with Descartes, and etc. And that's how it started. And then I kept signing with Germans, Russians, English, French, until 2009, where I decided to start Ludically with my colleague, who's not here, just left today. So now I have my own company. I'm still a game designer for the company, but I design so many games that we're only 2 persons in this company, so we cannot publish everything I create. So I'm still signing games with publishing games with other publishers. Like Dog's Life is going to come out again with a Czech company. And he redid all the artwork. We remasterized it, changed a little bit the rules and make it better. That's it. And about my game design, I would say that my major point, my first objective it's not even an objective, this is what I have inside. That's the way I work, that's the way I function. I never create a game mechanic and search for a theme after. I always do totally the contrary. I always start with the theme, like even Fruit Salad, which is a small party game that's coming out. You could say a party game is not themed. No, but for Fruit Salad, I started with like imagining all those kids in the school doing a fruit salad all together with the family or what. And all the game mechanics come from this. So every game I design, except if I do a pure abstract game, like chess or those things, okay?
Like Serena.
Like Serena, you know this one? Okay, well, the Serena is the only one that I really started abstract, and I went abstract all the way. But all the other games I always start from the theme, and the theme brings the mechanics. So I think my big ability is to look at anything. I always deform things. If I see some things, I turn it to a game. You know? So I see things in life, things that I like, or not in life, or heroic fantasy or fantasy. And if I like the theme and I want to adapt it, I have the faculty to adapt something that exists or a theme or something into real game mechanics that totally stick to the theme. And that's what I always like to do.
Awesome. I would say even you're a bit more awesome because I can skip to my next questions. I already answered them. Yeah, no. It's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, I wanted to know how you start the games and which ones come first. Like
which ones do you want to prefer?
Yeah, no. I mean like which like theme or mechanic.
Oh, no, always.
Okay. Is there? Yeah.
And only one came out, but I designed I don't know, I might have designed like 10 abstract games. I really like abstract games. But we put only one out. And to be honest, with Ludically, Serena is, because abstract game, there's no market anymore for that almost. So Serena is not a failure, but it's not our biggest success. It's our lowest success, totally.
All right. But can you tell about, I will not want to know a little bit more about Archipelago, because it's it's in top 5 games in our personal list for 2 years now, and we have even a board made of the hexagons hanging on the wall at home. So
what, a board with the hexagons? I didn't understand you then.
So the hexagons from the Archipelago, we made a board from it and we put it on the wall because it's just so beautiful.
Oh, okay. That's you have to tell to the artist, Ismail. The artist we did the hexagon. That's funny. A little story. We were in Cannes at the Cannes Festival in France, and Ismail was an artist that was just starting to see if he could work in the gaming industry. And he came to me with nothing. He never did anything, and he couldn't sign with any publishers because he never did anything in the gaming. And I was like, okay. And then he never did hexagons, or he never did terrain, or landscape like that. And I proposed him this project, and we worked very close to make sure that everything fit and all. And he did all his best, and that's how he came out. And now he's drawing Barony and other games. But yeah, it's the most beautiful modular board that I've ever seen, and I wanted that most than anything because the theme is so present in Archipelago. I needed to see that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous. I like all the details there.
Stick everything on the board, then you cannot play it anymore.
Well, I actually made a little bit different way. I scanned all the tiles. I scanned them. I scanned them both ways. I chose the ones that I like most, and I just made them and printed them all out. So yeah, I really didn't. We didn't really dare to buy another copy just to stick on the wall. Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Because you saw all the details, like the Nautilus, the girls, the surfer. I'm a surfer. There had to be surfer on there and all that. Yeah. And in the expansion I'm preparing, all those little details you see on the axis, they're going to be important.
So you're talking about new expansion?
I'm working on it. It's not ready yet. But it should be an expansion about Guadeloupe. It's an island, French island, that was colonized at that time in the Caribbean. On one side, you will do a... Uh-oh. Make a break, you're going to cut, or... Kommst du auf das Ding und auf den Tonst und auf Chickst du Wunderleicht. I can talk, okay, you have a good sound. So, we can talk, but it's hard with the sound. So the Guadeloupe is an island in French colonies in Caribbean, and the fact is that the idea is that one side you will build the land of the Guadeloupe, so it will be historical. It will look like Guadeloupe with all the places and the resources. You could play this scenario again and again and again as long as you like it. On the other side, you will have another map to do a fantasy island or something else and play this scenario again and again. And when you're tired of both sides or both scenarios, then you have 24 or 6, I think we went to 16 or 18 new tiles that you can shuffle and mix with all the others. So it's like, what you say, a couteau suisse, a Swiss knife that does many different things, okay? And also in there's gonna be some treasure that you're gonna, like treasure maps from the pirates. And those treasure maps will indicate you, I have to bring one guy to the Nautilus, one guy to this temple, and that's what I'm saying. All those little details you have on the hexagons might be important. Because I might sell you a map from the pirate that I got, the card that I drew, saying, oh, you can pay for one, so it's a good map. But I know already, but the icon, the temple or whatever, the detail that's on the card is already on the other side of a tile because I saw it pass. So I might sell you a card that is a fake card from a pirate because you will never find these things on the other side. That's like the idea.
Wow, that expansion sounds exciting. Is there any game your design that is closest to your heart than others?
The Archipelago, Dungeon Twister, Earth Reborn. Those three ones hard to choose.
So the biggest ones and most popular.
Yeah, because I'm more of a big game. I like Serena, but I won't play 10 games of Serena in a night. Dungeon Twister is infinite. If out of the three I should keep only one, I think it would be Dungeon Twister. Because it's so infinite. We had calculated how many different boards we could do with all the rooms that have been published. The calculator put error when we calculated. It couldn't put out the number on the normal calculator. I had to go on the iPad with all the screen digits to see. It's billions of zillions of trillions of possibilities, and there is no luck. And well, they're all so different. One is heroic fantasy, full control, no luck. Archipelago is multiplayer, backstabbing, guessing what they are. It's everything in one, and it's, I don't know. And Earth Reborn is more like Space Hulk. As a matter of fact, every time I do one of those games, I'm trying to kick out one of the games that is in my top 5. Space Hulk was in my top 5. Earth Reborn kicked him out. I'm not saying it's bad or whatever, but if I do a game which is in the Space Hulk range of game, if I don't do better, there's no need for me to try. I have to do better, at least in my heart, at least for me. Now it's to the players to decide whether it's better than Space Hulk or not. And believe it or not, when Earth Reborn came out in the American website BGG, in the first comments that came, one guy, the number 3 or what, that tried the game, he said, "So long, Space Hulk, I hardly knew you." You know what it means? It's like, hey, okay, Space Hulk, you're gone now, I have better. So I was like, okay, mission done. For me, and apparently for these guys, and everybody was compared. And Earth Reborn came up to the first or second best simulation game in Board Game Geek forever. So that's it. Dungeon Twister replaced Full Metal Planet. There was no random, highly simulationist, and has no random, no luck. And I love that. And it was still totally in the theme. Dungeon Twister, you're totally in the theme and there's no luck. But it's richer, there's more possibilities, there's no blockade or whatever. So it puts Full Metal Planet in the 7th position in my top 10, and one of my games took in the first 5. Now the other one, in my top 5, there was Go, the abstract game that's infinite. Dungeons and Dragons, the role-playing game. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, I keep a role-playing game. Space Hulk, Full Metal Planet, I said, and Magic the Gathering. So I had one game kind of each and one game that was infinite. Earth Reborn ejected Space Hulk. Dungeon Twister, it ejected Full Metal. Magic, I don't even dream of putting it out. The Go, forget it. It's not even possible, and I would be so stupid saying that I can beat the Go. And what's the last one? And the role-playing game, I didn't even try. And it's okay. So there was no really game that Archipelago could replace in there. So I would say now I need a top 6 because it's somewhere in there, of course.
True. Is there anything else you're working on right now apart from the Archipelago expansion?
Oh, many at a time. I have so many. And the next one that I presented here, and that's going to be the next game from Ludically, is a game that is named so far 4 Gods. We are playing gods, and we are playing inside a frame. And once again, that started from the theme. We're going to make a puzzle inside this frame. We all build together a puzzle in this frame, building a planet with wood, mountains, sea, plains, and all that, and placing tiles that we draw in a bag. There's no turn sequence. Everybody play at the same time. Everybody throws his things in there and try to respect the puzzle. The funny thing about the game is that there's no other game like that on the planet. For BGGIS, Asmodee, all the professional people I know, I ask them, people that have databases of game in their head, you know, ask them, hey, do you know of any game that the more player you are, the faster it goes? Like if we are 2 players, it will be 30 minutes or 40. If we are 4, it's going to be 10 or 15 minutes. And nobody could name me any game like that. And this is what this game does, because we are all playing together a puzzle inside a frame. Then we place prophet, we're going to choose a god. Anytime in the game, you're going to say, there's a lot of sea. I'm going to be the god of the sea, the god of the merfolk. I'm going to present myself to the planet as the god of the merfolk. So now what counts for you is how much sea there is on the planet. Okay? And then you're going to start to have prophets and place them wherever, when you place a new tile, place them on it. So to summarize, it's a puzzle making 2 to 4 players, simultaneous, quick, but with a scoring at the end, German style. I would say the same level as Carcassonne, but it's real time. We made a game that we filmed. You might be able to see it in a little while on BGG. I was playing with 3 players of BGG. We made the game in 11 minutes and 4 minutes of scoring. The scoring is almost as much as the rest. And they really loved it. And 2 days ago, Thursday, we had the export night with Asmodee, which is a night where we present the future games to all the subsidiaries or customers of Asmodee all around the world. So we have a table with Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, Germans, whatever. And on the next table, you have other countries, and there's 12 tables like that, and we pass with a tray. It's like a speed dating. We have to present them the game in 7 minutes. And once you finish with them, you go to the next table, all in English. After the 12 tables, they have to fill up some papers saying which ones they like. They see in an hour and a half, most publishers have 2 games to present, and you have all the publishers that you see on this big sign. So it's like, what, 20? So they see probably between 30 and 40 games in the evening, and they have to grade and say which ones they like and all. 4 Gods came out like the biggest buzz out of this evening. So apparently he has a good chance. So this is definitely going to be the next one, and beginning first trimester or between February and May 2016, that's when we should put him out. And it's Ismael, the one who did the hexagons that you like, that's going to do the tiles to build the planet. So it's always going to look different again. It's going to be smaller, not so much details, but it's going to be a nice planet, different every time, but everybody build at the same time in 20 minutes. With a scoring system that is, it's not a party game, crazy, stupid. It's a quick game, but with mind breaking. At the end, you're like, oof. And you think that, you know, maybe 30 minutes have passed because you were so much into it, but not, only 15 have passed.
Cool. I'm really looking forward. I'm glad that we don't have to wait so long for that.
Yeah, because it was quite successful. Ismail was here. I had a meeting with him just 2 hours ago. And he has some time now, so he said, oh yeah, he played the game. He's like, wow, that's really good. I want to do it. So he's going to design it. So if you like the hexagon, I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah, some small good addition. So few questions about yourself. I checked that you looks like you're really into sports. And I even read that you're really into like everything that slides or something like that was mentioned.
Yeah. I tried everything on every surface that you could imagine, except jumping from planes with nothing. So I ski, I snowboard, I do squall when you have the 2 feet one behind, I do kite surf, roller skates, ice skating I did, skateboard, windsurf, wakeboard, whatever the surface. And I play squash. This has nothing to, although sometimes you glide on your body to catch the ball, you know. So yeah, and I did a game that was called Snowboard in 2001, the first board game where you play a snowboarder and you do a race.
But is this just a hobby, or do you do it like a bit more professionally?
No. I always hated to do competition or what since I was a kid. My mom wanted me for skiing because I was really good to go into competition and all that. But I don't know. For me, it's those sports. You do them because you have fun. I always have the Walkman with me on all the time. So I have the music and can go down with the music and all. It's a pleasure, adrenaline and all that. And you build your body without even thinking of it. Instead of when you go in a room, you look pumping iron nonstop, you see the time passing. That doesn't provide me any pleasure. So the pleasure, the thrill, that in kitesurf, for example, what I like the best, because you can do tricks, you can do many things, is the height. My highest jump is like 15 meters. That's 5 floors, 7 or 10 seconds in the air. So if you miss them when you land in the water, I have to admit that I'm broken everywhere, because wisdom is what I didn't have for many years. Now I regret that. I wish I had wisdom, because I broke my body in every part doing crazy things. When I was 17, I was behind the motorcycles on the Promenade des Anglais in Nice. It's a normal road, no protection, nothing, in shorts and small t-shirt. And the guy in the motorcycle was going 150 kilometers an hour. And I was pushing him to go faster. And he was telling me, no, my bike is brand new. I have to go slow. No, come on, I want to beat the record. I was stupid. It's doing that when you're 16, no protection. I'm glad I'm still alive, but I broke quite some things in my body.
Well, we're glad you're alive as well. Okay, but I know that you entered one competition as singer, songwriter.
Which competition? I'm composing and writing. And which competition?
Yeah, I don't know what was the name of the competition, but I heard the track. It was in some of the interviews where it was rap with singing mixed together.
It's the track for Dungeon Twister. It's this guy. It's the Mechanock. Dungeon Twister was adapted as a video game on PS3 2 or 3 years ago. I proposed to the developers, the publishers, to do a trailer that was totally crazy, where I would compose the song, write the lyrics, sing, rap, and come up there, and they put me the suit, the wetsuit with all the captors, because I'm a dancer also. I used to do hip-hop dance contests and all that. I used to win money. In the US, I was dancer for 15 days in Las Vegas. Just like that, just coming in, going to a club, do the dance contest, and some guys, oh wow, for a white guy, you're so good, come with us. And there was 3 black guys next to me doing the dance shit. So they looked at me first like, what is this crazy idea? And then they saw what the music I could do, and then they saw me dancing a little bit and said, okay, let's do it. And I went up there, and they motion captured me dancing, and all the characters in the Dungeon Twister video clip, you can see it on YouTube. You type Dungeon Twister video clip, you're going to get on it, and you see the whole clip. You don't see me. It's all CGI, computer generated imagery. You see all those people from the game dancing and all that. And then at the end, if you look at the credits, you'll see that my name, what I did on the music, the rapping and all that.
Right, I'll have to look that over. But though I don't know why I was so sure there was some kind of a competition.
So a contest. Maybe the story is that one year we were at Gen Con in the US, and with all the Asmodee team and all. We go to a restaurant on the evening at the end of the fair. In this restaurant, everybody looks at the menu. Everybody looks at the menu and all, looking for the food. But me, when I arrive, I see karaoke thing. The book of karaoke. So I'm starting to look at karaoke, because in France at that time, to sing R&B, hip hop, and all those English songs, there was nothing. There's only but there's French songs. There's a few very famous English songs like the Beatles or whatever. But if you want to find some Usher or I don't know, like R. Kelly or things like that, you don't find them in those books. And here in the US, I was like, oh shit, hola, so many good things. And I was trying to make my list. When the guy came to take the order, everybody took their orders, and me, I was still the karaoke book. I had ordered nothing. I didn't care. I was already going to see the DJ and saying, hey, can I sing all that? And the DJ said, no, tonight it's a contest, and you can sing only one song. What about that contest? I don't give a fuck. I want to sing all those songs. There's so many good things. I said, no, you have to pick up only one. So I chose one. And I won this contest. Even though I was in the US, I was the French white boy in there. I was doing Rapper's Delight. They say the hip, hop, the hip to the hip hop, you don't stop, the rocket to the bang, the boogie say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. And I sing this song that was like 7 minutes long, and with the 3 rappers usually going in there, and I imitate each one of those rappers non-stop and not losing my breath. And all the black people were in front dancing and all, looking at me like, what is this French guy doing here? And so I won the contest. I earned like $300, I think, which I spent the next day on magic cars. And I came out of this spending no more money. So maybe that's this story, because all the Asmodee crew was here, and they were like, he knows how to do that? Oh, and then, he wins that? And then I was coming back with my $300 cash, and I finally ordered something to eat, and that's it. And now, every time I was going to Gen Con, they were bringing me to this club, a restaurant, bar, karaoke, and every time I was participating. And I was always ending second, third, or third for like 3 years in a row. That was fun.
You're amazingly talented, I can see.
When I do something, even some people do touch something and then they don't go further. If I touch something, either I don't like it, so I leave it away. But if I like it, I want to bring it. I wouldn't say to the end. If not, as you were saying, I would have enter competition in skis and all that. But I try to push it as far as I can and be as, go to the end of it as much as possible. If not, don't touch it.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for the interview. I can see they're already kicking out us several times. So really, thanks a lot. I appreciate your time because we kind of stilled your time after the end of the.
The good thing is that it's quiet now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Enjoy. Well, and have a safe trip home then.
So what?
Have a safe trip home. You're leaving tomorrow?
Home?
Home.
Home. A safely trip home. Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow at noon. Take the plane back to Nice. 3 busy days, so I think it's good I go back.
Awesome.
Time to work on.
Yeah, we want to see new games. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.